Class 10 student, today I will discuss your chemistry third chapter, metals and non-metals. Student, we classify elements into two large groups according to their properties. These groups are metals and non-metals. Metals such as silver, gold, iron, zinc, aluminium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, they have some special physical properties such as malleability, ductility, conductivity of heat and electricity. Okay. Now student, we discuss these physical properties briefly. Metallic clusters. Metals in their pure state have a shining surface. This property of metal is called metallic luster. Okay. Just like copper is reddish brown, yellow is gold, and aluminium is white. Okay. Hardness. Metals are generally hard, but exceptional is sodium and potassium. They are so soft that they can be easily cut with a knife. Okay. Metals are malleable. Metals can be hammered into thin sheets. This property of metal is called malleability. Gold, silver, copper, aluminium, these are the malleable metals. But all metals are not equally malleable. Some are more malleable than others. Okay. Conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat. Okay. And metals are also good conductors of electricity because they have a free electrons. Metals are ductile. That means metals can be drawn into a wire. The ability of metals to be drawn into thin wire is called ductility. It is the very important properties of metal that metals can be drawn into a thin wire. This property of metal is called ductility. Metals are sonorous. That means when metals are stuck with a heavy substance, it produces a metallic sound or ringing sound. Okay? Metals have high tensile strength and high density. So their melting and boiling point also will be high. Okay? Now non-metals. Non-metals such as fluorine, bromine, chlorine, iodine, carbon, helium, hydrogen, these are non-metals. They have also some special physical properties such as brittleness. Solid non-metals are brittle. That is, they break down when hammered with or stretched. For example, sulfur and phosphorus are brittle and non-metals. Thus, brittleness is the characteristic of a non-metal. Non-metals are non-malleable. That is, they cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Non-metals are non-ductile. That is, they cannot be drawn into a wire. Okay. Non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity, but it has a exception, that is graphite. Graphite is a is an allotropic form of carbon, but it can conduct electricity. Okay. Non-metals have very low tensile strength and are easily broken up. Non-metals are, except diamond, non-metals are soft. Okay. Non-metals have low melting and boiling points. Their density also very low. So student, metals and non-metals, according to their physical properties, we can compare them. Okay. Non-metals have some physical properties. Those properties are just opposite of metals. We compare these physical properties, such as metals are malleable, that is, they can be hammered into thin sheets, but non-metals are non-malleable, that is, they cannot be hammered into a thin sheet. Metals are ductile and can be drawn into wires. Non-metals are non-ductile and cannot be drawn into wires. Metals have metallic luster and can be polished, but non-metals have no lusters, that is, they are dull and cannot be polished. But it has an exception, that is iodine. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, but non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, except graphite. Okay, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Metals have high tensile strength, but non-metals have low tensile strength. Metals have high density, non-metals have low density. Okay. The melting and boiling points of metals are usually very high, but for non-metals, they have low melting and boiling points. Except few metals, all metals are solid at room temperature, but non-metals can exist in all three states of matter. That is, it may be solid, liquid, or maybe gas. Okay. Now student, we discuss about these exceptions for metals and non-metals. This is very important for us. All metals except mercury exist as solids at room temperature. Metals have high melting points, but gallium and cesium have low melting points. These two metals will melt if we keep them on our hand. Okay? Iodine is a lustrous nonmetal. Carbon is a nonmetal that can exist in different forms. These different forms of same substance, that is, it has different physical properties, but they have same chemical properties. They are called allotropes. Okay, so allotropes are the substance which have same physical properties, but they have which have different physical properties but which have same chemical properties. They are called allotropes. Okay, and carbon has three allotropic forms: diamond, graphite, and fullerenes. Diamond and graphite have some exceptional properties, such as diamond, the hardest natural substance, though it is a non-metal, and graphite, though a non-metal, it can conduct electricity. Okay. Metals like lithium, sodium, potassium are very soft and they can be cut with a knife, and they have low densities and low melting points. Clear? These are the some exceptional cases. So student, learn very carefully these exceptional cases of metals and non-metals. Okay student. So we now discuss about some chemical properties of metal. Okay. When metals react with oxygen, we get metal oxide. Any kind of metal when react with oxygen, we get metal oxide. Such as when potassium react with oxygen, we get potassium oxide. When sodium react with oxygen, we get sodium oxide. When magnesium react with oxygen, we get magnesium oxide. Okay. When zinc, aluminium, iron, copper, they react with oxygen, we get their corresponding oxides, such as aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, iron oxide, copper oxide. Okay. Now student, we discuss about amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides, that means metal oxides, normally basic in nature. Okay. Some metal oxides such as aluminium oxide, zinc oxide, etc. show both acidic as well as basic behavior. The metal oxides which react with both acids as well as bases to produce salt and water are called amphoteric oxides. So students, amphoteric oxide means metal oxides which react with both acids as well as bases and they produce salt and water. We called their amphoteric oxides, such as aluminium oxide, sodium oxide, potassium oxide. They can react both acids as well as bases, and as a result we get salt and water. For example, when aluminium react with hydrochloric acid, which is a acid, we get aluminium chloride and water. Then when aluminium oxide react with sodium hydroxide, which is a base, we get sodium aluminate as a salt and water. So aluminium oxide can give us salt and water with react acids as well as bases. So aluminium oxide is a amphoteric oxide. Okay, student? Most of the metal oxides are insoluble in water. Okay, iron oxide is insoluble. This metal oxide taste natural with universal indicator. However, they react with acids. Insoluble metal oxides are called bases. Okay, student? So, insoluble metal oxides are called bases. Clear? Now, student, we discuss about another reaction of metals. When metal react with water, we get metal oxide and hydrogen. And metal oxide, when react with water, we get metal hydroxide. Clear? When metal react with water, we get metal oxide and hydrogen. But when metal oxide react with water, we get metal hydroxide. Okay. For example, when potassium react with water, we get potassium hydroxide and hydrogen. When sodium react with water, we get sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. Okay. When metal react with acids, when metal react with dilute acid, we get metal salt and hydrogen. Okay. When metals react with dilute acid, we get metal salt and hydrogen. For example, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, ferrous, copper, when react with acids, acid that is dilute acid, we get metal salts and hydrogen. When magnesium react with hydrochloric acid, we get magnesium chloride and hydrogen. When aluminium react with hydrochloric acid, we get aluminium chloride and hydrogen. Okay, but student, we get as a product this metal salt. It depends on the types of acids, types of dilute acid. When we use dilute hydrochloric acid, we get as a product salt. It will be chloride type. That is, when magnesium react with hydrochloric acid, we get magnesium chloride. When we react magnesium with sulfuric acid, we get sulfate type salt. That is, magnesium plus dilute sulfuric acid, we get magnesium sulfate. Okay. When we react metals with nitric acid, dilute nitric acid, we get magnesium nitrate. Okay, so magnesium plus HNO3, that is dilute nitric acid, we get magnesium nitrate. Clear? So student, learn all these reactions properly and write in your CW copy all the reactions and comparison of metals and non-metals. I am saying once again, write all the physical and chemical properties of the metals and non-metals. Write in your CW copy and also write the comparison of metals and non-metals, and write with an example all the properties of metals. Okay, write all the properties with an example. Clear? So student, learn all these features and properties clearly. Okay.